Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited for you to see what is in store for today, but before we do that, I'd like to ask you to please subscribe to my channel before you leave, and let's get started. So today, I'm going to be doing a pretty much full face Sephora collection. Everything that I'm using, I'm going to only be showing really the Sephora collection stuff because I got brushes. I'll be doing like foundation and stuff, but I just won't try to like explain that kind of stuff too much, but I just want to see how the brushes perform, and they're from Sephora collection. I also got masks. So this is a eye mask and a face mask. So I was basically going to do those. I was going to put them on camera real quick, then try them out, and then come back and tell you how I feel, and then come back and do the rest of the video. So yeah, who's excited? I hope you guys enjoyed the unboxing of this stuff. I'll link it down below and put a card up of that video if you guys want to check it out. Now I'm just going to apply it all over the face. I'm not going to worry too much about you don't want to ever really put a mask under your eyes, but since I'm doing the under eye mask, I'm only going to I'm going to stop there. Normally I'd go up a little higher, but since I'm going to put that under eye mask there, I'm not actually going to put the mask there. It's only a one-time use for the eye masks, and with the face masks, it was more than one use. Ooh, very cooling. Cool, now I'm going to leave these on for about 10-15 minutes. They say like the eye mask is like 20 minutes and the face mask is like 10, but normally these kind of like dry down. Clay masks kind of like hurt my face after a little while, so I'll probably leave it on for 10 minutes, and I'll be right back to tell you guys how I feel. So my under eyes feel refreshed from the mask. My face feels really soft and even from the mask. It said that it was supposed to reduce the appearance of skin irregularities. I got red. I have rosacea, so my face is always red. It did like reduce it somewhat, but not all the way, so I don't know about all that. And boosts the brightness of skin. I mean, it seems like shinier a little bit for skin that is fresh, glowing, and even in texture. I feel like it is kind of like even in texture, so it did do that. Maybe some of the other ones you'll start to see after using it a couple times, because technically this says you could use it 4 times. So that's about how many uses you'd be able to get out of it. So now on to face application. So I'm going to use these brushes that I got to apply like foundation and concealer and things like that. So I'm really excited. But first, I have this, what I already had from Sephora collection. Most of the Sephora collection stuff I've never tried, and I got it for Christmas, but there's a couple things that I have here that are from Sephora collection that I already owned, which were these lip glosses right here. So they're like tinted lip glosses. So this is one that like matched my shirt, so that's the one I'm going to put on. It's a Sephora Pantone Universe collab basically, and like all of them are like just a little tint of color. I mean, it's not like my lips are going to be blue or anything, but it just gives it like a hint of color, just barely. So now on to foundation. The brushes don't say what they are, but I'm just going to guess by how they look what they are. Kind of wish they would say like, you know, maybe even Sephora collection on them, or what exactly they are, because it said on the box before I threw it away. Now that I don't have the box and I just have the brushes, they're like on this plastic thing, but normally you put them in the bag. It doesn't say anywhere what these brushes are, so I'm glad on the box it did, but I wish on the brushes said. That's my only complaint so far. I haven't really like used the brushes yet, but that's just my first initial thoughts. So I'm noticing it's kind of leaving streaks at the moment, because I'm just trying to rub it in, but it's leaving like brush streaks a little bit. So you can't like pat it in, I don't think, really, with this kind of brush. Maybe you're supposed to use it more like a stippling brush. See if that helps. I feel with stippling that's helping a lot more, and it looks like it's making the coverage more. By like swiping it, it didn't seem to make the coverage that good, and it kind of makes it like patchy like that, like you see in my nose how like there's not really some there. So I guess with this brush it's more of like a stippling motion that works. So I decided to bring you guys in a little bit closer because after this we'd be going in with products that I feel like you guys would need to be a little bit closer for. I probably should have did it for the initial application with the foundation, but I'm still just trying to get used to having the new camera and being able to actually zoom in. But so I feel like this foundation brush did really well, but I kind of had some complications like actually getting it initially spread out. Learn your brushes and how to work them. There's like different techniques that you can do with the brushes, so don't just like freak out if you can't figure it out right away. Just keep messing with it and you'll get it. Now there's an angled concealer brush in here. And you want to be very light under your eyes. You don't want to like be pushing or like rubbing. That's with like your whole face application. You want to have like the lightest touch, especially under your eyes, because they're very like sensitive under there. But you also don't want to be like scrubbing your makeup on too hard or applying it too hard. You just want to like really just tap it in lightly. So I feel like this brush is the same as the foundation brush. You can sweep it in and then sweep it where you want it and then tap it down. So before everything creases, I need to set it with some powder, which is the little mirror that I've been using this whole time. And I'm assuming this big old fluffy brush is definitely going to be the powder brush. But I also got these little beauty blenders. And here's what it looks like. It's so cute, but they were like this small. So it did get a little bit bigger when I wet it, not much bigger, but I wet it using my Smashbox primer water. And it got a little bit bigger, so I'm actually going to use this to set under my eyes. I feel like since that brush is so big, it can set your face super quick. Like, I mean, it's almost the size of my cheek. I mean, it's huge. So I definitely love this brush for like setting your face. Next, I want to go in with highlighter. And we got a little fan brush in this set, which I've actually never tried fan brushes, and I've kind of always wanted to. But I also got this highlighting sponge from e.l.f. I kind of want to try both of these, one on each side. So honestly, so far so good with everything. My eyeshadow palette that I got, it's the Sephora collection Enchanted Sky. Really pretty glittery packaging. These are the cute little shades. So I'm gonna start off with this shade right here, which is just like a skin tone shade. It's gonna be really hard to show you guys the actual shades, then have to set it down and everything. So as you're looking at it right now, I can tell you guys which one I'm going into by just describing the color. So if you guys get this palette and you were curious of what I did in the tutorial, you can definitely ask me and I'll just say like what I used. But for now, I'll just tell you like third one down, two over. And I'm gonna put that on both of the eyes just as like a shade down. I don't really like using new eyeshadow brushes with new eyeshadow because I don't know if something messes up, if it's the eyeshadow brush or the eyeshadow, so we'll just see what happens. So now I'm going to go in with the top shade, which is like a light pinky tanny shade, and I'm going to put that in the crease. So now I'm going to go in with the bottom brown shade. Well, that seems to have a lot of pigment. And I'm going to put that in the crease also. So the shadows seem to blend out pretty good, and I feel like this eyeshadow brush is doing good blending them out. So yeah, you can make a couple like soft looks with this palette. I feel like there's just like a couple mattes that you could throw in the crease and then put a shimmer on the lid, and it'll be like a simple little eye look, I think is the point of this palette. So now I'm going to go in with the other brush so that I can pack this shimmer shade down. It's like a purpley shade. It's the third one down. And I'm just going to pick up a bunch of it because I'm not really sure what's going to happen. And I'm just going to put it on the lid. So it's not too intense of a color. I feel like if I wet it, it would go down more intense. But we'll just leave it where it's at for now. Just seems like a pretty subtle shimmer, but it's like a pretty little like maroon simple eye look right here that we got going on. And then I'll use that shade that I used first, the like light one, to highlight my brow bone just a little, to add a little bit of color up here and a little bit on the inner corner too. So for the next look on the other eye, I'm going to go in with the second shade, which is like a light tan shade, and I'm going to put that in the crease. Then I'm going to go in with this like, it's kind of a shimmery shade, but it's like a like bluish brown or like a grayish brown color, I guess. And I'm going to put that in the crease also. I feel like this shade isn't really blending as well as the other ones for some reason. Not really sure what the deal is on that. I don't know what's going on. It's like doesn't really look as blended out. And I'm like, I mean, you guys have been watching me blend it out and I just can't really get it to blend out for some reason. Not really sure what's going on there. So I'm gonna try to go back over it with the light tan shade to see if I can get it to blend out better. I don't know why it's catching like right in the middle here. I don't really know, and I'm not loving it. So that one's kind of a dud for me. The rest of them I've liked so far. So now I'm gonna go in with the middle shimmer shade. And I'm gonna put that on the inner part right here. Then I'm gonna go in with the more like bronzy one. And I'm gonna put that on the outer part right here. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling. So there's 8 shades, one of them doesn't work. So that's still 7 shades that work, so that's nice. And these eyeshadow brushes seem pretty good too. So another brush that we got, which is the Lush brush, is an eyeliner brush. So I was gonna dip in with my Pretty Vulgar Dip eyeliner. Don't really like to use dip eyeliners very often. I would probably more than likely use this for my brows next time. But for now, we're just gonna use it for eyeliner and just see how it works, because that's what it says on the packaging that it's actually supposed to be used for, but more than likely in the future, I will try it for my brows. So this is what it looks like. I feel like it did pretty good applying it. A brow product that I actually have from Sephora collections, I'm actually going to try to use. So it's a little light, but it's a tinted brow freeze. Yeah, that's kind of light for me, but like I said, I was going to do a full face Sephora collection, so I figured I'd at least try it. Now whenever my hair's like lighter, like in the summer normally, my hair gets a little bit lighter, and this isn't a bad shade for me, but right now my hair is kind of dark, so I feel like it's not gonna look as good. And also, I don't like how like waxy it makes my brows look. Like I like my brows to look like really natural, and I feel like this makes them look like really waxy, and I'm not a big fan of that. Don't worry, I know they look crazy right now, but let me spoolie it out and try to make it look better. I just feel like with this product, it doesn't make them look as natural as if you use like a pencil and kind of filled it in. Plus it's kind of light on me, so I feel like the shade, since it's kind of weird and light, that it doesn't really like fill in as much as it should. But you can get your brows done in like 4 seconds, so that's one good thing about it, I guess. But these are 2 things I'm not going to be able to use in this video that I'm just going to have to let you guys know about. It's the bath bomb and the cleansing wipes, which is like makeup remover. So I guess after I take this off, I could let you guys know how they work. And whenever I take a bath, I'll let you guys know how the bath bomb worked. But for now, the last product that I have is the cream lip stain set, which looks so stunning. They're like minis because they're so little. Definitely pigmented. I pretty much like everything, so that's really nice that it all worked out. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any video suggestions, please comment them down below and check the description box for more information about the video. My Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter are at GlamGirlGray. See you next time.